Today I want to talk to you about the 4 key secrets for how you can explode your following in your list. So it's a lovely Friday morning. I actually put a base layer on today thinking it was a little bit cooler than it perhaps was. It's probably close to 20 degrees out this morning, so it should have been best weather, but I digress. So it's a Friday morning where I talk all things marketing. As always, I'm certainly no marketing expert, but I'm a student of marketing and I implement everything I learn, or try to anyway, and I can share my results with you. So firstly, before I get into the juicy stuff today, a little bit of an update on where we are. I think followers are up at 11,800, not including my property Facebook group, which is about to be renamed, currently called Systems for Rent to Rent with my business partner Jack Wicks, but it's about to be branded in line with our Property Empire brand. So that will happen today and be optimised, which is exciting because it will then be optimised to capture leads, which is massively important. Probably the most important thing to do is to build your list, as most people in marketing know. So the other thing, a little quick, I don't know if it's a win but it's just evidence to show it's working. I talked to you a while ago about my Facebook profile funnel and how I've optimised it to generate leads. Well, the link I use, I record the data from the link, which is where people link through to my Facebook group. And interestingly, in the last month, it's had about 240 clicks. So that's pretty good, I think, for me anyway. Perhaps not for some super high level marketers out there. But the fact is that people do look at your Facebook profile. And I think a lot of people underestimate that and don't realise how many people are actually looking at your profile. And if you have call to actions and stuff across your profile, people do click as well. So, let's do very, very simple terms. It's kind of, it's around about 60, not far off, 60 a week. About 10 people clicking that link every day, or just under that. So that's every day. And the bigger my following gets, the more people are going to click it. So it's definitely something you want to be thinking about doing to getting free leads. And I'm obviously not pushing for leads as much in the Rompreneur community. This is my social experiment, but my Property Empire brand, I will be pushing for leads and being a bit more aggressive in my marketing activities. So today, the 4 key steps in this order as well for how you can explode the growth of your list. And it's really, really important. I think you've got to do all of them, but you do them in this order. So depending on where you are in the journey, and it all links together. And this was taken from Russell Brunson, one of my favourite experts or influencers who I love to follow. It's so much value from Russell Brunson. So look him up if you haven't already done so. But this is what you need to do. Well, first and foremost, number 1 is content production. And it's the most important. It might not get you the fastest route to growing your list, but it's vitally important you start it first. The reason you do is because if you have no content out there, when you try and, progress on steps 2 and 3, which I'll talk to you about in a second, you don't really have any credibility. You don't have any. People are going to look at your profile and see nothing there. So why are they going to want to collaborate with you? Which is where the explosion of growth happens. So you've got to start producing content consistently. Okay, and I've talked to you about this in various other episodes. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it now, but the key thing here with content is, I've only been producing content daily for just over a month. I think this is maybe episode 46, maybe 47, I can't remember. But I've done it every day straight. We're 2 weeks behind on the actual, so kind of 30s, mid-30s in terms of the episodes that have gone out. And the views, you see, you start off, you get a spike when people are interested when you start. Then, because you're putting so much content out there, the dilution process happens, where you're not getting too much engagement. And then you move into the realms where you're optimizing your reach, going into different Facebook groups, etc. And it spikes up again. But, I've got a couple of videos now. I've never ever had 1,000. I've got one video now that's over 2,000 views. I've got another one that's 1,000. and another couple which are approaching 1,000, multiple at kind of 600 to 800, and my lowest ones, which were down at the 150s, are creeping up to 300, 350 views now, consistently. And this is what's happening because people are finding me and now going back through the archive. So the message here is, or the lesson here is, when you produce one piece of content, it's out there. Okay, you can remove it if you hate it, but it's working for you 24/7. So the more pieces of content you put out there, the more little kind of people that are kind of almost people working for you, the more outsourcing you're doing to get your brand out there. They're like little mini agents that are pushing your brand in front of people. So it's hugely important. So a big truck's coming behind me. So do it. If you can commit to one today, great. But don't start and then fail. What I mean by that is you've got to be consistent. The profiles generally reward you for consistency. So don't do every day for a week and then drop to once a week and then drop to once a fortnight. You get penalised. So you want to try and make sure. That you're horses and bin lorries all over the place today. Normally I park and squeeze past you on these country roads, but a big old bin lorry and he took me out. So but anyway, back to the main. So yeah, the message is consistent content production, and you need to ask yourself, does it give value? Everything you put out there, you need to make sure it's giving value, and that's really, really important. Don't just put stuff out about yourself. Yeah, some people, and there are some platforms that want to find out about you, but always try and offer value to the consumer. And if you stick to that mantra, look at how you word things. Never, it's mine. This is my journey. It's a journey or your journey, or this will help you. Never what's helped me, or you can talk about your mistakes and stuff, but try and be in sync with your consumer. It will help, trust me. So that's part one. Part two, probably the most important, but you can't do it without having done part one, or key one. This is the Dream 100, and interestingly, Russell Brunson, who charges $150,000 a day for consultancy, that's the level he's at now. He says the first thing he does with anybody is the Dream 100. If someone at his level is saying that, who am I, or who are we to disagree? So what do we mean by the Dream 100? I think I may have done this in another episode. If not, I'll do it in more detail in a separate one. But ultimately, you're trying to find 100 places or people who control the biggest portions of your target market. So key influencers in direct or indirect niches where you believe your target demographic are going to be hanging out. List them all, whether they're websites, whether they're Facebook groups, whether they're influencers, Facebook pages, whatever. Just list them all. And what you're then going to do is you're then going to start a marketing campaign once you've got your content production in place to try and collaborate with them. And you have to, do this in. You're going to work this from the kind of bottom up. So when you produce your list, as many as possible, you should constantly be adding to this, by the way. But what you want to do is leave the top level guys until the end, because generally speaking, if I've got about 11,800 followers and I'm going after someone with 500,000 followers, it's got to be a win-win. What am I going to be able to give that other guy to help me collaborate and promote what I do? My promotion to my audience is so small, it's probably not going to be worth his time unless I can sell the potential of what I'm trying to achieve. But again, it's difficult. So there's a couple of ways you can do it. So I'm just going through some cobbly areas, so I might be limping a little bit. One is that if you do want to hit those big guys, then buy their product and service. Get a connection with them, build a friendship relation with them. Okay, you're buying your way in, but if somebody's mentoring me, they're far more likely to collaborate and share my stuff, because obviously I can be a testimonial for that individual. So that's a great way of kind of hacking the system. But if you're not going to pay your way in, or really you have to put the hard graft to get collaborators, 100%. And some of it can take months, even years to nurture. But what you want to do is you want to start with the people that are more relative in size to you, where you've got equal things to gain. And that's how you really start exploding your reach. Do interviews, maybe, I'm going to start doing this in the near future. I'm going to be going around interviewing other business people who like to run and interviewing them while we go for a run. Be a bit different. Nobody else is doing it, so that's how I'm going to try and build up a following, and then I'll appeal to their list. They'll appeal to my list, and hopefully it'll be, be very beneficial, mutually beneficial. But the Dream 100 is the fastest way. So if you only need, sometimes you need one collaboration with one person on your list. The reason it's the Dream 100 is because you're probably going to get 95% no's, maybe even 29% no's to begin with. You have to keep firm and keep focusing, keep working and keep adding to your list. You need to be relentless with this stuff, but not harass people. But obviously, keep coming back when you're getting bigger and bigger. Keep coming back with new ways, creative ways that you can get somebody's attention and get them to want to work with you. So, Dream 100 is so important. That's something that once I've got all my MVP stuff sorted in my content production, that's the next level, and that's where I'm working towards. The third one is affiliates. Now, what you find is, probably, generally speaking, you probably want to have a product or a service you're selling to get to this stage, because obviously you have to pay people generally to affiliate or refer your product or services, and they take a commission. So this stage comes when you've got something to sell. But most people will already be at that stage. This Runpreneur blog is a little bit different. I've already told you the clarity and the goal for the Runpreneur blog is that it's the social experiment. It's the guinea pig for my social media agency, where I'm offering a service to business owners, or anybody out there who wants to build their personal brand, where I'll repurpose and optimize all of their content for a monthly subscription. And I'm not going to curate the content. I'll just hack the system, optimize the reach for them, and have my team do all the repurposing, all the graphic design, video editing. If there's all that stuff will be included, and it'll be a subscription based on how many times, the frequency of their posting. If you want to do it every day, obviously it's more expensive than once a week, twice a week, every day, twice a day, 3 times a day. So there'll be different levels for those different types of people. And obviously I have a team that's very cost effective, so I can offer this far cheaper than it would cost you to bring in your own team to do it. So I'm not selling now because it's not ready, it won't be ready to the end of the year, but that's where I'm going with this social experiment. I'm using Runpreneur to give as much value, to build a personal brand, but also to be a guinea pig for the new product services that I'm creating. So, and that's where affiliate program will come in for me. The Property Empire brand will be putting an affiliate program in within the next couple of months, because we have a full value stack of products and services that we already sell or about to be promoting to sell. So it makes sense to bring in affiliates. And affiliates are super important because your content works for you, it stays out there working for you. All these affiliates have got their own lists and their own followings. And if it's the sake of posting a link or a testimony video or something to their list, and it brings you in a couple of clients, and they're getting a percentage of the fee, then it's normally quite good content for them. They're adding value to their list and then being paid to do so. So it's normally a really good way to kind of grow your following. Now, so I see some people that do this amazingly well and grow a whole business based on their affiliate program, and some people just dip their toe in it and do it poor. It's like anything, you get out what you put in. So really important you put in. Morning. Really important you put the work and effort into making it as useful and as easy for your affiliates to promote on your behalf as possible. So that's number 3. Number 4, what people get so wrong, paid advertising. And people think they should do this first, and there's so many people that teach this first. Oh yeah, you need to pay for your, even Russell Brunson says the person who can pay the most for their ads is the one that will be the most successful. And yeah, I do agree with that, but he's done all step 1, 2 and 3 before he focused on his paid ads. And that's really, really important, because you can get your business into a position where you can actually afford a sensible ad budget. And with Facebook ads, it's Facebook ads in particular anyway. Obviously there's lots of other paid advertising platforms that I have very limited experience on, but I have done quite a bit with Facebook ads. And Facebook has to learn your market, you need your list big enough so you can do lookalike audiences and stuff to make it more cost effective. And it is an investment. It's rare to get a return straight away, but it's something that you tweak and iterate and perfect over the course of time. So build the other areas first and then apply the paid ads to at the end. I think people say that paid advertising can be 10 to 20% of your marketing activity. The rest of it should come from what we've just discussed: content creation, your Dream 100, and your affiliates. If you're doing it in that order, you give yourself the foundations to explode your list a lot quicker. If you start doing Facebook ads too early, you haven't got the list big enough for Facebook to use your data, you'll end up getting relatively poor results, which will be demoralising, and it will say, oh, I don't know if this is worth, I'm losing money doing this, when you have to ride through that. So by giving Facebook as much data as possible, you get through that kind of learning curve before your Facebook ads become optimised and start hitting the conversions to make it break even and profitable and beyond. So hope this helps. As always, just to summarise, the lesson here is number one, first thing you need to do, consistent value you give in your content production, and stick to something you can be consistent with, however frequent that is. Be consistent, get out there on all your channels. Then you've got each piece of content will be like a mini sales agent that will be working for you 24/7. The stuff that I've posted at the very beginning is still trending, still gaining views pretty much every day. So that's really, really important. Part two, Dream 100, probably the most important. You can't do it until you've started your content production, because you won't have any credibility. And find these people, websites, groups, people who control these areas where your target list is, and work out ways you can collaborate with people. Join interviews, skill sharing, pay for their services to get on the list, to try and get testimonials and stuff to try and push you to their list and them to your list. Try and be creative as you possibly can here. And this is a slow burn. You should continue working with this for years and years and years. And like I say, sometimes it only takes one collaboration with somebody who's big enough who can change your business overnight. That's why it's so important. You get 2 or 3, it's a one-way ticket to success, providing everything else in your business is working, of course. But from a marketing perspective, that is. Number 3, affiliate program. Put effort and time into it. Don't just focus on Dream 100, because people that you've touched and helped, they're your biggest promoters already. Give them the tools to promote what you do and pay them for it. They're going to be super motivated then. You can start changing people's lives by selling your products and services for you. And there's no better sale than a word of mouth. It just shows you're doing something right. So, but the message on the affiliate program is put the work and effort into it. Make it the best affiliate program you can do. Make it as easy as possible. Give your affiliates the tools to be able to promote your stuff, not just a link, what so many people do. Give them sales literature, give them landing pages, give them, all the different hacks, chatbot access, give them everything you possibly can. They can drive business your funnel for you. Make it as easy as possible for them. So, and finally, paid ads. It's the last in the list, but it's what can often take you from, kind of 6 figures to 7 figures when you get it right, because that's the true potential and scale. But if you don't have a sizable enough list or enough data, the learning curve will be steeper. You'll lose probably money before you start making it. If you have a significant list and you do Facebook ads the right way, you should be breaking even very quickly, and then it's only upward from there. If you break even and you're getting someone on your list, then that is, as long as your upsells are good, you've got license to print money. Because always, you're not looking for the first sale, the first commitment. It's getting people on your list, and that's where you nurture them over the time for free, because you own that list. So really, really important. So as always, I disclaimer is I'm not a marketing expert, but I'm learning this every day and implementing it every day, sharing my experiences and sharing what I learn, and hopefully these tips will help you do the same with your business. So hope it's been useful, and as always, stay positive, stay happy, and I will see you on the next episode.